You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Good afternoon, Uvi, watching from the little beautiful city of Bagatanga, Upper East region, Ghana. Stop intimidating me, Vince. Okay, stop intimidating me. Now transport are defined. Once my transport don't complete like this, you see me. Now our president. We don't get new president. Vince, congratulations by the way. You were written for the eventual winner, Abi, which many people has tagged as a Donald Trump-like victory. He was the former president of Ghana and got defeated, just like Donald Trump, and came back as at yesterday and uh, and make history. Abi, let's see. Let's hear. This is what Reuters is saying about it. Accra, December 8th, Ghana former President John Dramani Mahama has staged a political comeback by winning the West African nation presidential election after his rival president Muhammad Bawumia conceded defeat on Sunday. I mean, when I first see the headline, the first person that came to mind was Dele I was like, I heard that man. So his mouth go loud. His mouth go loud more now. He go relocate to Ghana at least. He go free Tinubu alone for the meantime. So Mahama 66, who served as Ghana president from 2012 to 2016, framed Bawumia as representing a continuation of the political policies that led to Ghana's worst economic crisis in generation. The world's second biggest cocoa grower and major gold producing nation reached a deal with the International Monetary Fund last year for a 3 billion bailout after it defaulted on most of its international debt. 3 billion. This people funny, man. So nobody could borrow the 3 billion for Nigeria. Listen, eh? You guys have to go and mortgage your. Anyway, we are in the same we are in the same boat. Addressing a press conference from his residence, Bawami said he's called Mahama to congratulate him, adding that Mahama National Democratic Congress (NDC) also won the parliamentary election. The data from our own internal collection of the election results indicates that former President John Dramani Mahama has won the presidential election decisively, Bawumia said, adding that NDC also won the parliamentary election. Bawumia said he conceded before the official result is tension. Before his concession, scuffle had been reported in several local constituency centers where results were still arriving from polling stations. I am making this concession speech before the official announcement by the Electoral Commission to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country. Bohama said it is important that the investor community continue to believe in the peace and democratic characters of Ghana. He added. Okay. Hundreds of NDC supporters took to the streets of the capital, Accra, on Sunday to celebrate after Bawumia considered defeat. Early result has shown Mahama has the NDC party with a commanding lead. GL News reported that Mahama was leading with over 53% of the votes to Bahamian 45% point 16, after provisional result from 68 out of total of 276 constituencies were counted. In a news conference on Sunday before Bahamian Council, Semi Gamiafi, national spokesperson for the NDC, said provisional internal collected result by party agents from 38,000 out of the 40,000 polling stations show Muhammad House was leading with over 56%. Congratulations and stop threatening me. Okay, we have elected a new sheriff in town. Our votes really count, not like in Nigeria. Please before my battery go off. Okay. Okay, maybe I give you link. All right, come and give my community, my village people the latest from Ghana. At least let me beat the damage to it. The damage if you are there, I'm winning. Anyway, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. Vince. So come and give us a voice from Accra or from Balgatanga. I mean, let me know, sir. Make I come give me land by near your farm, inside your farm, and some few cows. Make I know say, make I join the the member of international investors that have faith in the peaceful conduct of election and traditional democracy in Ghana, according to the defeated vice president. uh, Vin, you are muted, I think. Abi,
I'm here, boss. I'm
yes.
here, boss.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, how was it? How is give us a situation report, I should say.
Good afternoon to you, my brother, and to your esteemed listeners. Um, we have done it. If you count most of the successful democracies in Africa, and anyway, Ghana will not be left out. But the determination of the people is what counts, because we are suffering so much in Ghana because of the present government of MPP. There is no government in the history of Ghana that has seen the kind of money this government have seen. But after taking over power with a national debt rate of about 120 billion Ghana cedi, with additional oil wells, gas reserve that we've discovered, recoveries from all places, this government still took us to over 800 and something, 700 and something billion Ghana cedi debt with nothing to show. We warned them that the path you are following is going to
You can't say
destroy
there's nothing to show. You build a national
There is not
cathedral.
absolutely nothing to show. My brother, if you look at,
There's a national
the national,
there's a national
go,
there is a national cathedral to show for it.
National Cathedral, that is now the world's biggest swimming pool. There is nothing there
What do
after
you mean?
spending over. Look, you see, the problem of that National Cathedral, it was a personal promise he made to his God. And when
And
he
he brought
won
it
that
to pass,
election,
and he did fulfill that promise. Isn't that
when
what
he,
matters?
yeah, yeah, yes, we don't expect him to use the taxpayers' money to fund the cathedral. Over 50 something million dollars was spent. And on that very
But
place,
did
he,
you guys ask him during the campaign that where is he going to raise the money to build the cathedral? Because he campaigned with it.
no, he promised that he is going to, it was a personal promise. Nobody need to ask him where the money is going to come from. But he told us it's going to come from private partners and those that supports, that kind of, project. But we don't need it. We don't need such because we don't have money to do that. There are over, let me say,
Well,
about. Mhm.
what about the what? Okay, finish. Let me ask you the next question.
You see, so that was it. We expected him to use his own personal money and those that buy into that national cathedral to fund it, but not the taxpayers' money. And he is going to account for it. Since he has lost the election, his immunity is gone. He who is going to, and those accomplices will account for those money that they took from our people. So we warn them that the path you are going will not give you anything. And trust Ghanaians. Ghanaians will like you when you give them your promises and what you are going to do. But when you come in and you could not perform, they would destroy you, they would take you out. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. We went in, we
We
voted.
use what of those people who are saying that? I mean, recently, don't take my statistic into accuracy, but a lot of in their hundreds actually get citizenship, Ghanaian citizenship, and it was pretty much widely celebrated. Would you say that is a part of his this outgoing administration legacy, if there's anything
Anybody
to go
can
by? Because
anybody can take up citizenship of any country. It's not something worth celebrating. It is your individual decision to take up citizenship of any country. So that is that. I will not count that as a dividend of democracy. No, I will not do that. Or one of the, let's say, what he did for our people. There are basic problems that we need to solve: unemployment, free
yeah, but
education for you.
under him, Facebook decided to under him. He had his government had Facebook at I think regional headquarters, if I get the name correctly, into Ghana, rather than people, and it was widely celebrated. Yeah, knowing that a country like Nigeria also wanted such investment opportunity to come to Nigeria, but they decided to go to Ghana. I mean, that's a big
Uh,
win
the,
for the administration.
the reason why he is not the one that made Ghana peaceful. Ghana has been peaceful. There is security. I'm not telling you that there are
No, I mean
no pockets of.
The Facebook
Of
investment.
course, of course, international companies will always choose a place that is very, very peaceful, a place where your judicial system works, where you have electricity and so on and so forth. They will choose that. They will not go and invest in a place where you have darkness and you cannot give them. They will fund their businesses by themselves, by powering it. So when they look at the situations, the business environment in Ghana, they might feel that, oh, this place is suitable for us and conducive for them to establish their businesses. But what I'm telling you
So
is
it
the
has nothing to do with
cause.
the government policies.
we had a peace in Ghana. Anybody that is coming into Ghana today is going to, any government that is coming is going to build on the peaceful, the peacefulness of Ghanaians, the
Yeah, but
security
what
aspect of
about
Ghana.
other business? What about other business infrastructures like giving out
Let me
loan,
tell you,
tax? Just like what is
yeah,
happening in Nigeria, tax is a big
we
issue
had
right
we
now.
had Ovie. If you look at the devaluation of our currency, he picked it up from 4 Ghana cedi. 4 Ghana cedi now is about, it got to 21 Ghana cedi per dollar. Now it is about 14 point something. That is not good for businesses in Ghana. And if you remember, Ghana is an import-based economy. So when the dollar is high, it is going to affect every import, every good that is imported into this country. And when you look at the price of liter of petrol as well, it was 3 point something when he took over. Now it is about 18 point something. Ghanaians will not be happy. And once you tinker with the petroleum products, the price, hike them, it is going to affect every aspect of business, environment, especially transportation and whatever. So Ghanaians are not happy with those. He can bring in conglomerates from outside, but when you come in and you are squeezing us, excessive taxes, Ghanaians just endured it for 8 years. And since we have the power of our thumb, we told them, we are going to take you out. And that is what
So
Ghanaians
what
have
is
done. And they didn't even want,
what
they
is
didn't
this?
wait because they saw
What is
the result. They saw the percentage and they couldn't wait. Then the candidate, the president, Mr. Baumia, decided to just throw in the towel. That is how it is. Our
so
vote counts, my brother.
what is Mahama promising and what is expectation? Let's say 100 days or 1 year from now. What are your promises and what you guys expectation
Every
of him?
every e- every average Ghanaian like me knows that a lot of damages has been done on our economy. If you look at us today, we are not credit worthy. We cannot borrow anymore. We are under IMF regulations. It is difficult. We understand. We know that there is a very lean, slim fiscal, space for Mahama to do. We will sacrifice and we will support him. And if you listen to him when he was campaigning, he said that looking at the fiscal space, there is nothing much to be done. That is only going to continue from the projects that is there in place already. So we understand him. We understand him and we are going to support him to succeed. Even if we know that things are bad, Ghanaians know that things are bad. But I believe that, with the support of the Ghanaian people, his own prudency, his own, doggedness and truthfulness, he would get the support of Ghanaians to help him push forward.
So what is Ghanaian saying about what is happening in Nigeria regarding Dele Farotimi?
Oh, such news is not, very, very, said openly here, but only those that really wants to know much about what is going on in Nigeria. So, someone like me, I'm a concerned, person as well, because that is where my mother comes from. So, most of us are now, are very, very, worried with the kind of, let me say, how do I put it? With the kind of system that is going on in that country where people cannot even express themselves openly anymore, where you don't even have the right to even. And when you are found wanting, the ways and manner that they use to come after this suspect is undemocratic. Very, very undemocratic. I heard that the NBA, National Bar Association, has given their own stand in it, Afenifere and the rest of them have given their own stance in it. If the man committed a crime, send him to court, invite him. He is a notable human rights activist in Nigeria. He is not going to run anywhere. Invite him, sue him, and let the court decide whether he is guilty or not. The Rambo style way of doing things in Nigeria has become a culture, and it has become systemic in that country. Human rights are abused left, right, and center. And you think that the world are not watching you? The world is watching. They are watching you. They will tell you what to do, and people will know. It doesn't mean how many times has Bola Tinubu become, traversing all over the world, asking for investment, foreign direct investment, and so on and so forth. How many has come in? They know the system is corrupt, and when you establish any business in that particular place, you will find it difficult, especially when you have, legal issues. That is how it is. That's my own opinion. I do not know what other Nigerians say about it and other Ghanaians that are aware of, the problem that Dele Farotimi, the human rights activist, is going through. That's my opinion on that.
What is, I mean, just like George is saying on the comment section, because I said it earlier on, like when I saw the headline that Mahama won, the first person that came to mind was Dele Momodu. So, I mean, tell us, what is the influence of Dele Momodu in the scheme of things in Ghana, politically speaking, by the way?
Anyway, Dele Mamadou is a Nigerian living in Ghana. I think he has his status to stay in Ghana, do his businesses in Ghana. He has Ovation magazine, one in Ghana as well. I think in the UK, he has also Ovation restaurant here. I think he has other businesses that is running in Ghana. Whatever the decision of the government might be, if it is positive, it is going to affect his business. If it is negative, it's going to affect his business. There is no business person in Ghana for the past 80 years MPP has been in government that is happy with what is going on. Where you're supposed to make profits, people are, people are sending away workers in their companies because they can't foot the bills. There is totally economic stagnation. And when we are telling them this path that you are going is not good for the people and for you and your political, ambitions, but they will not listen because they are arrogant and the pride in them will not allow them to listen. But glory be to God that Ghanaians are very, very decisive persons. If they want to deal with you, they will wait for you at the polling stations. Look at how peaceful it was. Unfortunately, we had, I think, about the machinations they set in order to win the election. They didn't work for them. We lost two people, and these two people that we've lost is as if in the whole of Ghana, it is on the talking point. The whole of Ghana, it's like we've lost 1,000 people. And those people responsible with the CCTV and everything, they have been arrested, apprehended by the police. So when these crimes are committed and the police are proactive to get them, arrest them, that gives you some kind of support. And you breathe that sigh of relief that your authorities are working, the security architecture is working, that you will not commit this crime and go free. You will be hunted down and you will be prosecuted. In the last election, about 4 people were killed by security operatives. Those security operatives are now cooling off. That is when you see people commit crimes. Let's see how they are going to be dealt with. And they are dealing with them here. I'm not telling you that there are people who are not getting away with some issues that are happening. But majority, when it comes to loss of life, we don't countenance.
Mm.
If you see my polling station yesterday, it's as if I was going to church. I just went in there, I voted, and I left. We have party agents, we have observers. They will be there, they will count, there will be no problem. You will just go in, do your casting, then you go home. You relax because you trust the system, and you have representatives that are there that have, that have eagle eyes on everything that goes in there, and they will not allow anybody. In fact, there was a place where the military, they told them not to come out because it is the responsibility of the police service to conduct, the security of, in this election. But some places you see, few, so people stop them from coming in. People stop them, civilians stop them from coming in, very close to where the coalition was going on. They asked them to go away. They don't need them there. But in Nigeria, it doesn't happen that way. It's the other side of it. If you count the number of deaths that happens even in local government elections in Nigeria, it has
Yeah,
become a
but
norm. It has
yeah,
become a norm.
that has to come with the numbers too now. So if you consider the population, so you will understand why the number are coming out that way compared to the kind of accident. But I understand
No,
the
no,
point you are
no,
trying to
Ovie, to the
make.
contrary.
That
Ovie, to the contrary. Ovie, to the contrary. You see, God has given you population, you have population. God has
so
also
that
given you the enormous resources to take care of it. Are they taking care of it?
I
Are you more populous than some of the countries in the world? God has blessed you with the resources to take care of this and save lives. In a situation where you cannot save lives, you don't have no reason to be there. You don't have no reason to lead the people. If you cannot secure life and property, my brother, you have no reason to be there. And sometimes when these atrocities are committed, they commit it with impunity. They will even challenge you. I will do it and nothing will happen. How dare you say that? Eh? They will challenge you. I will see videos, we've seen things, how police brutality and everything. You have the resources to do it, but you have decided not to do it and allow innocent citizens, to pay the ultimate price for something that, the government could have done for them. So don't use population as an excuse. You have everything to do it and to do it right. Honestly, that's my candid opinion to that.
I get your point, but what I'm trying to say is that there's okay. I mean, I see where you are coming from. We can do better, especially based on the factors that you have highlighted. Resources and what have you. You know, but I think if you that aside, take the percentage into consideration. Even I know even one is too much, right? But if you said 1% of Nigerian people that come across as what you just described, it's like what? That's like two or three people, right? Yes, at Mark and Oje, we should live stupid proud and give Ghana kudos. No, nobody. Nobody's giving. Nobody said. I mean, I don't think Ghana has ever had. I mean, not to. I don't think Ghana has ever had any election that is call for concern. For at least that the international community are worried that the election is either going to be or has gone to a point that they have to be worried about casualty and all that. So it is. It's. It is. It is something to note because there are countries who are not even up to that in terms of number that I wanted to point it out that are doing worse when it comes to elections. So yeah, I agree,
You
and
see, you see, you
nobody.
see, Mr. V, you see, what I would like to tell you is this. Even in Ghana here, we are 32 point something million people. God has given us everything, the resources to take care of the people and make life out the people's life easier and comfortable. That nobody will go and queue in the embassy seeking for visas to go. Nobody will fly or run through the agades through the Mediterranean to go. But what we have is just bad leadership, generally in Africa. That is what we have. Bad leadership. People that are tyrannical in manner. People that are not there to deliver, but to squander and impoverish the poor in order, during the election like this, they will come and give you money. Vote for us because you are hungry, then you collect the money. Do you know that they were sharing money in Ghana here? People collected the money and still vote the person they want to vote. So,
How much are they sharing?
oh,
How
you see,
much?
they deploy all machinations for them to win the election. If you look at the videos that was played by Joy News, you will see Joy News TV. You will see a young lady that was. They gave me their T-shirt. They gave me 100 Ghana CD to go and vote. I collected it and I voted my man. She was even donning the T-shirt of the defeated party, while the camera was on her. That is to tell you how it was in
So
Ghana
how
here
much?
that
How much the NDC share? The ruling party. How much did they share?
oh, we don't do they have money? They don't control the finance and the purse of the government. They don't. You see,
That's a normal.
you
Go
see,
ahead.
no, you see one thing. You see, for me, I am not partisan. I voted for MPP the first time. They were not performing. I said it will be too, stupid of me not to give them, because once you are elected, you have maybe let's say 1 year in order to set up your cabinet and begin to say, and remember that the revenue for every government comes quarterly. It comes quarterly. So I will not judge you based on that 4 years. And at that second term, I expected them, after now taking your foundation on everything, then you will set the ball rolling. Instead of that, pride and arrogance set inside their head. When people were even complaining, you go to the marketplaces, people were complaining, they don't care. You understand? So it is a kind of way to make you, to impoverish you in order to give you money so that you will vote for them. But Ghanaians, we've grown past that. You give me your money, I will eat it and I will do whatever I want to do. You understand? See, let me tell you, there were people that was arrested and they are going to have their day in court. People were snapping to show them, you snap, you show them that you voted for them, then you come out and take their money. They were arrested. They were all arrested. And they will have their day in court for that. You don't do that. You understand? Ovia, you are gone. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello? Now I think can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your
Okay.
picture vanished from the screen. That was why I was complaining.
I think it should be coming from the side. Tell us, what's the latest about the Biafra space? I know that you follow the news.
Yeah.
What's going
Whatever they have yeah, they have that is where my mother comes from, and anything that happens to them affects me as well, because my mother's people will not be crying, suffering, while I will be happy. Whatever that affects the eyes will affect the nose. There is nothing going on there, but they still maintain the declaration of Biafra in Finland. And I believe that there is a reshufflement that has gone on. And I believe that they are going to stick to it and work towards, making Biafra a reality. That is the only thing. And the woman that is there is trying. I have seen her, listened to her. Oh, yeah, they her head. Yeah.
So now, let's come back to Ghana, right? This perception of Jerry Rowlands, just like Mark and George are jointly agreeing that he's the man to credit all this that you have just said about Ghana's democracy and election and all the standards and all that. I mean, I think this is the perception from I said outside, not necessarily because they don't know what they are talking about, but the majority view outside that Gary Roland was the one that come and clear things up. Is it the same?
Who?
Is it,
Who? Who?
uh,
Who, please?
Roland, Jerry Roland, Rollins,
Okay, Jerry Rollins.
Jerry Rollins.
He's late.
Yeah,
He's late, yes.
yeah. So what will be the perception about him? Where do you put him in history? Where do
You see,
you? Is it the same thing
you
that
see,
we are seeing from the outside?
that man is the peace that we'll enjoy today in Ghana. My battery is running low. That man is the peace we're enjoying in Ghana today. When he came, he made sure that he dealt with the corrupt politicians. And that is why today political elites are finding it difficult. And whenever they want to, steal from public purse, they are afraid. They know that even if they live there, they are going to be prosecuted. So they are afraid to do that. But I'm not telling you that there is no corruption in Ghana. There is corruption in Ghana. There is corruption everywhere. But at least to make sure that people are held accountable for the corrupt practices that they have, engaged in while in public, while in service, is a good thing for us. The man did. The legacy of J.J. Rollins is still what we are, benefiting today. And the NDC, National Democratic Congress, is the party he founded as well. And there are so many of them that founded the NDC that has won the election today. He's a great man that changed a lot of things here. And we will not forget about that man, even in his grave, because he changed a lot of things as a military officer, a dictator, if I will put it that way, and a civilian, president. The constitution that we are enjoying today, that everybody is bound to, was, his, and the rest of them was his one of his achievements as well. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Vin. I'm not saying your battery won't die, so let me let you
Yeah,
go charge your battery.
I have to leave you now. I will join you once I connect, my charger. I will join you. Thank you
I
for having me.
appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, Vin. Well. People. Thank you very much. You see, that's how we do it. Yeah, that was the live feed from Ghana, who just elected a new president quietly, peacefully, and progressively. What you added, and you just get the authentic voice from Ghana. So, as we think about what we are here for today, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Sanudezwa, welcome to Honor Politics, where we dive into politics and policy with a narrow focus on Nigeria, the country we all love so much. But once in a while, we are animals, just like every animal in the world, so we poke nose in other people's affair. The last I checked, Abbas, the president of Syria, is on the run. Can you imagine that kind of thing? They remind me of Bob Marley song. You need to run the borders out of town, right? They run those motherfuckers out of town. When are we going to get to that point, Nigeria? But there's so many stories attached to that. But from Syria, from Ghana to Syria, let's go back to the motherland, Abuja. But first of all, let me remind us of what we are up to, or what is doing, what is done, what will they do?
You asked. Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Dele Farotimi up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20 of me, 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10, and then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. we shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023 and force him to operate the 1999 constitution. Complete waste of time. Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document. It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat. Our rulers are actually very intelligent when they care to be, especially when it comes to their own preservation. And I know as a fact that they're already making noises about restructuring in Abuja. The Mace Snatcher and the Lawan and that one that calls himself Baja, all of them are sat there running helter-skelter, cobbling together some lies that they intend to sell to us as constitutional, what do they call it, amendment. Let's be clear. You cannot continue to build on top of lies. You can't sustain that lie. And as long as justice is missing in a place, you continue to have strife. We need to tell ourselves the truth, and that truth is that the closest we can come to normalcy in Nigeria is to have a return to the original agreements that founded this country. Those agreements are very clear in their fundamentals. One of them, federal system. Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a country within a larger country. That was what our fathers agreed. Nobody agreed a situation where a clueless man will sit down inside a rock and begin to issue edicts and diktats to every other person. Nobody signed on for that in 1960. All the constitutional conferences, beginning from 1948 all the way to the 1951, all the way to 1960, each and every one of them was very clear and unambiguous. Nigeria was meant to be a federal system based on parliamentary democracy. It wasn't by accident that our fathers settled on parliamentary democracy. They wanted to make democracy as close to the people as it could be. So it simply meant that if you're a parliamentarian, you knew your people knew you. It was the aggregation of the parliamentarians that determined who became the prime minister, and they were also the ones at the regional level who determined who became the premier. So democracy was devolved. It was easier for the people to become involved. What we have today is not a democracy. What we have today is not a federation. We've just become a nation of liars who readily accept every lie that we are told.
I used to like that Dele. I don't know what happened. Anyway, the more I want to move forward, the more my community remind me that they too they are with me on the same news. In terms of Syria, yes, of course, there's external influence involved. That's why I know really won't wish I'm upon us in a way. But in today's world, I don't know if we can. External influence are everywhere, except very few spots in the global conversation. But yes, heavily external influence. I mean, if you look at the way the Mate come into power, self, you understand, and chaos also bring into power. But the Syria case is effectively President Russia war and all that kind of thing. I mean, I know we always talk about how the Cold War has begun, right? So part of it. If you go back to the 60s, it's pretty much the same thing. There were Afghanistan going on. There was Vietnam at the same time. So it's the same replica of 60s that is going on. And if you now remember, I don't know, I don't think we talked about this. South Korea declaring martial law. and call it off again before you know it. That was very there was more to that than just what was floating around that is responsible. They needed to they needed to find a way to get more weapons from there to um, Zelensky. So a show had to be put up, and since the ruling government is pretty more minority in the house, and they are not having their way, she got to be cooked up and a big show. Anyway, um, if you dey follow that story, maybe you get that point, but I don't want to deviate too much. Max and Ovie, could you believe this news spreading like wildfire about Ekiti criminal defamation of 2012 is no longer in practice? The 2021 amendment to it, according to Professor Chidindo Kano. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that his tweet, but I didn't read it. And I mean, this case, there's so many ways. At this point, that's why today conversation is actually who's next and what's next, because this is not just, as far as I'm concerned, this is not just about about the specificity of this particular case, right? I'm more paying attention to the people that is involved, the characters. So these are high profile characters, right? The legal world, is our social consciousness. These are some of the finest in terms of newsmakers, social critics, however you want to, classify them. They are top of the food chain. Why them? Why now? Now, I always look at things from a global perspective, right? Just because we are not isolated from the reality of the uh, global existence. All of us, we are all together in the scheme of things. If you pay attention to the global community, you understand what is going on in Brazil versus Twitter, X as we know it. There's a big legal fight between the two. I mean, I mean a trillion dollar company can easily be classified as a country. I'm talking about X. If you join everything that has to do with Elon Musk together. But the point here is there is a law in a nutshell, in a layman terms, the Brazil government is trying to get the Twitter, the X, to ban some kind dissenting voice. Now, who determines the dissenting voice is the government. That means whoever they don't agree with, boom, shut him down, right? And Elon Musk and his organization said, no, we ain't going to do that. For that reason, Brazil said, you know what? Boom, you are banned in my country. Boom, just fine over your Tesla, every other thing that has to do with in Brazil. And Brazil is a big market, right? So there's that going on. The same thing pretty much is going on with Australia and the same Twitter. Like tens of people have been banned, jailed in Britain, UK, because of their posts, their comments, their whatever you want to. So there is a big war on terms of freedom of speech, if you want to call it, the council culture, however you want to see it. Yes, we are not isolated in this. So my question is, who's next or what next? Because it's not a conversation about Dele or Afebabalola now. It's about regardless of who win this case, what come out of it. I don't think the internet space in Nigeria will be the same again. I don't think the way we interact with ourselves will be the same again. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in this whole Ekiti or Ekiti. So uh, regarding what Dr. Chidi is saying, I think time will tell because these are some of the best people in that profession, right? So nobody will go down like that. Now there's a lot at stake now. The man is saying his reputation can is irreparable, and as far as I'm concerned, Dele Farotimi, Dele Farotimi also has so much to lose. So, and he has so much to gain if he hasn't gained already. So, what happened if he lost this case? What happened to his publication? What happened to all his appearance on the national TV? But most importantly, what happens to every other person that actually make reference to that book, actually quoted that book? I mean, there's so much that is wove around this daily issue that it should be of concern to everybody, regardless of what position or what side of the conversation you are on, because this is a big deal. As I said, if you pay attention to international community, you understand there's a war going on in terms of. I mean, we are at the age of revolution, information revolution, so it's expected. And starting from the BRICS to Donald Trump election to the French opposition party, the German calling for another election. I mean, there's so much going on that you have to stay calm. That a lot of people are saying it is because of there's too much information in the hands of the base. The poor people now know too much, right? But most importantly, we have to roll their mouth. So that's where we are in today's world. So I think yes, we should pay attention to the overall picture, the overall implication of things rather than I know like the Dele Farotimi, I like him or the old man should go to hell or whatever that people are turning the conversation to be. Cindy, I greeted you too. Make una like the video, share. I bet una like, share, and subscribe. To lose the election, no easy. Sorry, Odele. um, well, see, yes. So we spoke about in South Korea, but the citizen went on the street. So yes, yes. So, but the secret behind all that is because of the need to support. They should need to push weapon down to continue whatever shenanigans is going on in Ukraine and Russia. I mean, American allies. So we no get if not they don't tax us. But since we know get weapons to do this, we have to pay. Hence, the tax anyway. Correct, Ovie. Even Barrister Deji has to apologize to the PDP leader. Could you imagine that? So it's, I mean, thank you. See, that's why I believe in my community here. We don't just pay attention to the noise, but there are signals that are floating in between all this. So for me, it's beyond Babalala and the daily. So the question is, what is coming? What becomes of this whole internet thing? Because anyway, we're not sure Buhari tried it with Twitter, but it did not work. The point is, and many other reasonable flaws, is the process which daily arrest. Hence, why you cannot compare what is going on with Delhi and all the motherland general. We need to put things in context. No, 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 no. But the point here is that's why I say, what next? You should understand how these people operate, right? Especially this government, Bola Tinubu government, who just dey dive into things and say, okay, let this no. It tells the world affairs. It say, okay, let's see how people go react. They throw something to for you, see how people go react. Then the next thing follow. Now the same. Now pretty much it's all because all you need to do is to read the area of the criminal code that they are quoting, right? So there's a reason they choose to actually come from that because look, I mean, now today people they publish information, books and all that. A lot of people are saying worse than this. Why him? Why now? You understand? If they no success for this one, would they go after the platform? Because I'm surprised they are not even indicting the Shehu platform or Arise or any other thing. So what happened if they don't succeed in getting Dele? Would they go after the platform? So and then that's where the idea of the Twitter and the others coming on. Just like George, I refer to didn't bother. Yeah, you should forget during Twitter case, right? Up to today, the agreement we don't know how it turns out. I don't think there's anything wrong with Deji apologizing or retracting his word. Like, share, and subscribe. Well, if you look at the way the words he used, maybe you can arrive at that conclusion, CD, right? Because I think he's saying that they are moles, that Wicked and the is literally calling Damagua and the rest a mole of APC. And how do you prove it, right? How do you prove that? Do you have a written communication to that agreement? Do you have an audio record? Do you have a video? I mean, this is just an opinion, right? And that's where we are talking about here. What, how far can you express your opinion and be counted against you, right? Calling somebody a mole, as far as I'm concerned, it's yes. If the person decides to say, okay, oh, you have to prove it. John, they had to apologize because he screwed up. He said they are in bed with APC. I would suggest you go and watch what Deji said on Arise TV. So it's totally different from Dele. So the make I think let me bring that. Let me give you some example from that Brazil this thing uh and see where we can see where we where this thing join. Uh, so now the legal battle between Twitter, now known as X, and Brazil government has been ongoing since August 2024. The dispute began when Brazilian Supreme Court Judge Alexandra de Moraes ordered Twitter to suspend the operations in Brazil due to non-compliance with takedown requests and refused to appoint a legal representative in the country. Now, if if Dele lose this case, right? The next thing is going to be what? They will start get calling what's his name? The guy that interviewed him, Akimboloye, Shehu, for instance, to take the video down. Now, what do you expect Shehu to do? To go exit it? Now, that's again, that's it. So, how far can somebody come on platform and express it herself without being everybody being implicated, right? Are you going to call Arise and every other place that did? So what next? So now this is a judge that disagree with somebody's post, however it seems it, and is telling the platform to take that thing, to take it down, and the platform is saying no, he or she has the right to the person to. I mean, still on today, and because X are saying no to the request of the Supreme Court justice. Now, just let me continue here. Morales' decision was sparked by Twitter reinstatement of account associated with the 2023 Brazilian Congress attack, which he deemed a threat to national security and democracy. The judgment also fined Twitter 5.2 million and froze Starlink assets in Brazil. Starlink tied to Elon Musk and the rest. Twitter owner Elon Musk responded by accusing Morales of undermining democracy and suggesting that users could bypass the blocking using virtual private network. That's it. They should be using VPN. The situation escalated with Lamont calling Morales an outlaw who has destroyed freedom of speech in Brazil. The blockade was eventually lifted on October 8, 2024, after Twitter complied. Twitter had to succumb because it's losing money, right, with the court in order and paid the fine. However, the controversy surrounding the dispute continues, with some Brazilian officials and citizens criticizing Elon Musk's action and others defending his right to free speech. So at the end of the day, it boiled down to that free speech. Say, yes, Atma, that is exactly what Uzi is trying to explain. Do you think that you will do that with that pressure behind? George, he said PDP chairman was APC boy, while the national secretary was the kill H but APC something along. I mean, it's all the same thing. The guy is expressing. I mean, he's expressing his opinion. Yes, I'm not. I understand. You if you are going as far to actually point out somebody's name. I mean, if you say if you just as you said, yeah, what will be the I mean, when you say PDP chairman, so you don't actually have to say the person's name before you. So you are not just opinion, but you are actually being specific about who you are talking to. So the person can come out and say, okay, this is it. So it goes on and back and forth. Then at what point do we draw the line, right? Mark Agegauchen even said the words. They went and removed him from PDP. Now, this is now if Chinyere is saying that he's a member, right? Maybe he has evidence why he's saying that. But Deji, as an outsider, can he justify what he's saying? I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to say that. I'm not saying he's wrong or right. But that's what I say. At what point do we draw the country to say, okay, this person have the right to say this. This person doesn't have the right to say this. Yeah. So it goes on, right? Only foolish and evil people still believe green, white, green. Now, again, let's go to Australia. Australia and Twitter are locked in heated legal battle over violent content on the platform. The conflict escalated after two stabbing attacks in Syria, which were live streamed on social media, prompting the e-safety commissioner to order Twitter to remove graphic video from its site. Twitter CEO Elon Musk has taken a strong stance against censorship, calling the commissioner the Australian Censorship Commissioner and posting an image associating Twitter with free speech and other platforms with censorship. The Australian government has threatened Twitter with significant fine if it fails to comply with the directive to remove the content, which could reach up to 782 US Australian dollar per day. No, per day. So yeah, it's bigger than it's like there's a movement going on. Twitter has argued that global takedown has argued that the Australian e-safety commissioner cannot demand a global takedown of content as much as such decision can only be made through international law. Internet laws. The Australian government is considering extending its internet law internationally to regulate Twitter content. Misinformation law. The government is introducing its combating misinformation and disinformation bill to parliament, which could impact Twitter operating in it. So yes, now then George is totally different. Put in the content. They said they had proof, so they had asked him to provide it. Then he had no. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So if they ask you to say, okay, prove whatever you are saying, I could not prove it then. Well, I don't come with that. But let's look. Okay, listen to when France decided to arrest the Telegraph CEO. Pavel Durov, right, the CEO of Telegraph, was arrested on August 24, 2024, at Paris airport after landing from Uzbekistan. He was taken into custody by French authorities, which issued an arrest warrant for him in March 2024, accusing him of complicities in child sexual exploitation and drug trafficking and other serious crimes. The charge against people stem from Telegraph alleged lack of moderation, which has allowed for the spread of illegal contacts, including child abuse and drug trafficking. French authorities claim that Telegraph end-to-end encryption and use of disposal number and cryptocurrency make it difficult to track and prevent such activity. The arrest has sparked international outrage, with many free speech activities on Telegraph users condemn the move. Russian officials have also weighed in, with former President Dmitry stating that Europe miscalculated by trying to leave Russia and that his arrest is was haunted by the West. The situation has also strained French-Russian relationship. So every step of the way, yes, they will always find an opportunity to just take a step further, right? I mean, you cannot argue with that if they are using that with their child sexual exploitation going on. I mean, how can you beat that, right? So they will use that opportunity to say, okay, this is what you can and what you cannot do. So that's the point we are trying to make it back. We're not saying that Dele is guilty or not, or the way then. I mean, however you want to see whatever that is going on, I think one should be curious enough to say, okay, how far, what next? Because it never ends at, as I said, whoever wins will use that opportunity to, say, okay, you know what? Let's go this side again. Let's take a step further. Let's go deeper. That's how these people operate. Because they had no proof, but some, like the House of Rep member that call out these people on national TV, which evidence to support it. In addition, he is a member of the, yeah, he didn't being a member enough is an evidence, right? Okay, you come with his evidence and proof. Hence, they have not called him out for action. No, no, it's a different. Man, so we are at a crossroad as far as I'm concerned with this issue. But again, the people involved are people who can go the rabbit hole, go at every length to make this thing clear. Well, no matter how the story continues. So that's why I mean, no, the two actually won't stress my brain too much, right? I just wait and say, okay, if this person win, what could be the possibility? If this person win, what could be the possibility? I mean, there's just so much going on at the same time. But why other one they go on to the I tell you that the Lord no get choice. They go accept the bill. Well, they ain't got no choice. The bottom line is motherland law and order is next to nothing. uh, when I say the Arewas no get choice than to accept whatever Tinubu does this as far as concerned. But most importantly, I still like them because they go push their limit. No matter what it is happen, they'll push. They will still get something out of this. Man, why am I saying this? So there is a publication by OVA, how they accept the tax bill. Now, let's go there. Let's go there. They no get choice, right? Then this no. So there's a publication, there's an article by Enioluwa Adeni, right? This morning it said ACF NEERROO accept Tinubu tax reform bill on condition. Now, the list condition talking about the say amidst opposition to the proposed tax bill in the National Assembly, leading Northern Group have outlined key conditions for withdrawing their resistance, citing concern over the potential economic impact on the North. Now, this is politics at its finest, right? Let's listen to their their demands, and let's make sense out of it. By the way, Tinubu has they don't put out dates. Remember, I was asking a couple of days ago, say what will happen as since they don't say they could do confirm. We never hear anything. So they picked February to start the confab, and there's some modality how they will take run and did that too. So then we will join this thing together here. Just listen. The Northern Elder Forum, Arewa, the Northern One Forum, that is here, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum and Arewa Consultative Forum in a chat with Vanguard have demanded accountability, transparency, expanded consultation, and trust building as prerequisite for the support for the physical reform. Now, for God's sake, what the heck is accountability, right? As a bogus freaking political statement, right? What is transparency? Expanded consultation. Now I understand expanded consultation. You need to bring more of us, but with it. So all these things now say come on. You need to assure us, say come. This. So it's just a way of pushing their bargaining power to ask for more, whatever it is that they're asking for. Right? It's somebody like me that like to connect dots. Overnight, they see military vehicle block a Sanusi door. What is that for? Right? It's more to that. I mean, there is so much that one way expect all the grammar and everything they are pushing that the bill no go, right? But when they are saying they want transparency, but let me continue anyway. I am not sure they are. Just wait. The proposed law, which include the Nigeria tax bill, blah 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 blah. Despite passing second reading in the Senate, the bill has faced significant pushback, particularly from the North. The spokesman for the Arewa for the NEF, Abdulaziz Suleiman, emphasized the importance of addressing historical inequalities to achieve sustainable peace. Okay, let's go there. He said, in my opinion, just just make sense out of this. You are supposed to be speaking for an organization, but in the context of you doing that, you are still saying, in my opinion. That alone should tell you everything that is happening here. Said, in my opinion, a ceasefire on the controversy surrounding President Tinubu tax reform bill is achievable, but only through a concerted effort towards genuine negotiation. I mean, what are you negotiating for again? Eh? What are you negotiating for? The necessity, say, this necessitates inclusivity, transparency, accountability, and commitment to redressing the underlying socio-economical challenge of the northern Nigeria. So, like, I don't know. Are you scared? Are you scared of me? Just tell me exactly what the fuck you want me to do, right? Why are you beating around the bush, right? But again, they know. Bola Tinubu know what you need to do, right? The agreement is now turn by turn. Like, we don't want here foul play. Assure us, give us this, give me this. This is what is going on. It has nothing to do with the genuine grievances of whether the thing will affect the people or not. But now, let's continue. It requires walking a tightrope between the need for physical responsibility and the imperative of social justice. What the fuck is social justice, by the way? Now, let's go. The path to resolution is fraught with complexity, require a nuanced understanding of the diverse perspective of at play, and a commitment to dialogue. A simple A simple cessation of hostility is insignificant. Rather, a sustainable peace requires addressing the underlying grievances and building trust. One of their concerns is poverty, right? The core of the opposition stems from concern regarding the potential impact of this reform on the already strained economic condition of the North. My Lord. What a deprived people, right? This is a cry of of marginalization. We've been marginalized for too long. We have been at the receiving end of this Nigerian state since inception. Please, to consider us this kind of tax will not just say it's not just a devastation, but this is a threat to our existence. We will go instinct if this is implemented. We've been knowing the fact that nobody has come to our plight since the. This is what I'm hearing. This is. Yeah, you just had 8 years of life. Oh my God. Anyway, the region crippled with significant challenge from poverty to unemployment to limited access to education and healthcare. Oh my God. Many fear that the proposed tax increase without accompanying measure to alleviate this existing pressure will disproportionately burden the most vulnerable population, exacerbating existing inequalities and fueling social unrest. This fear is not unfounded. Oh my God. And when I go say these people now, imagine they don't go school. Just look at how carefully they are using grammar to just say, come on. Like, it's just fucking crazy. If this kind of rhetoric is coming from Southeast, I mean, one can say, we pay attention. One can say, call, when I do they cry. Eh? But coming from the people who are pretty much being in charge of the country for as long as I can remember, it's insulting. It is. The lack of transparency in the initial presentation of the bill, coupled with the passive absence of inadequate consultation with regional stakeholders, has further inflamed this concern. This has led to the perception that the reforms are being imposed rather than negotiated, feeding into existing anxiety between marginalization and unequal distribution of resources. Oh my God. You see, that's why I really like listening to these people. They just have a way of just saying, fuck you. Ah, wow. The call for negotiation, therefore, is not merely a tactical maneuver, but a fundamental requirement for restoring confidence and achieving a lasting ceasefire. The next complaint is inclusivity. The first crucial condition for successful negotiation is genuine inclusivity. The dialogue must not be limited to selected group of elites, but must actively involve representation from all segments of northern society, from farmers and traders to professional and regional leaders. Bam. See, now they are coming down to be specific, right? Not just, I mean, there are some people that you can still bring on. After all, you tell us the Moko Kanda, the elephant is big enough, it will reach everybody. And guess what? There's also a response to that already. Now, I want you to take me to this, right? Come February or before February, when they will release the list of the participants of this conference, because the way they want to do it, they will come together in Abuja and spend 1 week. So they want to do federal states. So they say, okay, out of a month, they spend 1 week in Abuja, they will now send them to the communities, go and interact with people and all that kind of crap. Now, what you are seeing here, you will don't be surprised after all. The number always speak for itself, right? Now the not 20 pass. That is the rhetoric. Don't come and chew me all that I'm pandering to the propaganda so they don't get numbers. That's your own concern. Now, you are going to be seeing more number coming from the number, but most importantly, these numbers are going to represent a lot of farmers, traders, like it's going to be well just to appeal. So you see, why I thought their tactics is just to bargain. That's how democracy is run. It's a bargain, right? How do you bargain? That's how we coexist. That's how we exist. That's how you get married. That's how you get whatever you need to, right? What give and take. This is what democracy that we said the bargain is finest. Now we know understand them, or now we know one play them according to that because the spirit of competition. Don't overtake us. I'm the best. I'm the first. I'm the. But they don't do that. They come to back collectively and speak loud to get something, right? So you go see well representation of this demography in this confab. But if you look at the other IO, we go fight. We go come here, insult ourselves, accuse ourselves of say, oh, now governor brother be that, now PA, now only this one party, now only this people. That's what is going to happen, right? The Arewa people understand that that could easily happen too. And guess what? They come together and start fighting now. So, again, take me to it. We'll come back here in a couple of days and have this conversation again. Now, let me continue to there. You never finish. You never finish. Now, their diverse perspectives and concerns must be actively sought and integrated into the process. Which process? This demands conscious efforts to bridge the communication gap between the federal government and the northern populace, ensuring that the information is disseminated transparently and that concerns are addressed directly and honestly. Meet us, come and meet us and take care of us directly. No be always our own and they do so. Anyway, furthermore, any meaningful negotiation must be predicated on a commitment to transparency and accountability. Oh, Yibo. I like when grammar, these people put grammar into use. The government must be provided clear details, explanation of the rationale behind the proposed tax reform, outline how the revenue generated will be sliced to benefit the northern regional specifically. This include outline clear plan for the involvement provision of public service like healthcare, education, and guess what? What they are literally asking for, bring more money and put more people to work. Orientation need to be carried out. How they like. There's so many ways to put Tinubu to tax. Now, simply stating that the reforms are necessary for national development is insufficient. I believe that. Fuck that shit. We need more. We need more orientation. A concrete plan demonstrating tangible benefit for the North is essential. Now, inequality is another concern. Is it obvious? This North has always been in power, either as military junta, civilian president, or civic president since I was born. It doesn't matter, my brother. All you need to do is just stay focused. This man in power, how do we put him to tax? How do we get from him? That's how democracy works. How do I get more from Tinubu? Come, you guys should come with me. Let's form a. That's why I am here to challenge this idea of in diaspora. There's nothing like in diaspora. Prove me wrong and give me the address there in diaspora that they meet, where donation will be put together, where policy is being put together. Whatever, well, just give me an address. Let me go there and actually meet these people. Or I want to contribute to in diaspora. We dey deceive ourselves. The day where some people could actually take to and come out and organize this idea of in diaspora and actually put a physical address or physical structure to it or numbers to it, it will be a game changer. And that's exactly what these North are doing. Tomorrow, some people go tell you, oh, there's nothing like the North. There's nothing like the North. They do things. Yes, there's nothing like that. Only when it's time to get something, there's something will come out. You can't tell me if you live here looking for Arewa consultative for you will not get a physical address, you will not get a representative, you will not get mission statement, you will not get vision, you will not get actually what they have achieved. The same thing with the Arewa youth. There's address to it, there's faces to it, there's people to it. That's how you negotiate. Today, if I say, make them show me where physical address obedient there now. How many obedient be? How concrete is that? What is your fault? Nobody go fit tell me. See, this is this thing. See, human being a storyteller. Whatever, everything our imagination is there. The word Nigeria, they call Nigeria, they our head. That's why some people go say consciously they are already seated away. It's here. What can you do with it? Nobody just coming out and ba with things we get done. These people organize, they understand how this game is played. That's why they were able to actually dominate so much as far as they could, as they can, and they still continue to dominate. So you might say, oh, the North is not one. Yes, you are right. It's not one. It's just like us, we ain't one. But politically speaking, when it matters, they fucking won. I give it to the core North, which is actually the Arewa. They know how to negotiate. That's it. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. It favors them. You don't have to agree with it. It's not about you anyway. They don't care about you when that they put that negotiation forward. Suddenly, the spirit of the North elite is awake. Where was the spiritual as the Buhari regime? My brother, and then they charge that time. The question you should ask: where is your spirit when Buhari was in power? How much were you able to negotiate out of Buhari the regime? That's it. Instead of you to they look at no, these people are focused. They know what they want. They know when to speak, when to act. The same thing you should. One can say to Yoruba too, they were quiet when the Buhari did time. It all depends on your focus. That's why if you look at the internet space, now we dominate and pass, but we have not been able to achieve nothing tangible rather than just making noise. So it's not about what they're able to achieve. They don't need to achieve anything with Buhari regime. Let me you go tell them what they achieve or what they not achieve. Okay, you need to be specific when you say the not. See, that's the point I'm trying to make. So Arewa constituted fellow no do one for you. Arewa you no do one for you. Keep waiting until everybody come line up say I'm in the north. No, that's how it works. But I pointed it out to you that the bill will pass. No, me, now you don't be say you pointed out to me. From day one, I know that the bill will pass. The bill don't already pass, and that's why I've been my conclusion. I don't know, you understand? So you keep saying that there's nothing like the north. I should be specific. What do you mean by specific? I just read something to you. You just look at it specific. It's not me. Like, it's not about me. No, me the frame am. It is not my conceived notion. It is not my idea. I am just telling you how things work politically speaking. So this is a political show. So the idea that you say me to be specific, I don't have to. The publication I'm reading was very specific. These people are the ones that speak for North collectively. So it doesn't matter if one person goes say, I don't believe in that. No, it's not about belief. It's about, in the scheme of things, those are the structures that constitute that part of the country, but in larger space, Nigeria, northern Nigeria, they bring them. There is an amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria first. So if you want to say I should be specific, I am talking about the northern Nigeria that the West, the British Empire put together. So if you ask me to be specific, I am literally quoting the British people. They tell us that this part of the country is called the North, the northern Nigeria. It is not my phrase. Mark, are you with me? So they are there to be specific. I don't know. I mean, Nigeria don't. They only expand. They never commit. They never nothing has happened to that part of the country yet. Northern Nigeria. Okay, to be frank, during Buhari regime, only the Igbos tried their best, but other tribes don't. No, yeah, of course. But again, when you say Igbo try their best, what do you mean? Because they are allowed with their demand. And they are allowed with their demand because of the situation they find themselves and their approximation to power. The Yorubas were also loud but silently. Hence, they went with that negotiation. We will give you everything you want to bring Buhari to power. But this is after him our turn. Don't forget the work. Don't forget, as soon as Buhari came to power, the first thing the Buhari-led administration did was to make sure was take over the party from Tinubu. If we remember carefully, there was so much going on at that time. But the man and his people keep working until they came to success. So now, the Igbos, to go by what you put forward, are loud for so many reasons, and they will continue to be loud until they get what they want, either the presidency or the Biafra, however you want to say. There's something that is eluding them, and it's power. Power, as far as I'm concerned, is heaven, is God, is everything. but do not overflog it, brother. What do you mean? So please give it to our able folks. We're on the same side. What do you mean? I should not overflog it. I know that. I'm not here. I'm you keep saying as if I'm the one cooking all this for man. No, I'm literally telling you what is at play before me and you. I don't know. Anyway, well done of you. So the transparency should also extend to the process of revenue allocation and expenditure. During that, the people see the direct benefit of their country. Now, this is not me speaking. Definitely something people are making demand. Either they are using the name for good or bad, or definitely something is being achieved under the North umbrella. Okay, I mean will not pass at the tax bill. Okay. I don't know. We not be here with this, so be will not pass. We see. Thank God there's an unfolding event, Mark. An unfolding event, we'll see. Equally important is the establishment of independent monitoring mechanism to ensure accountability and transparency throughout the implementation process. All those ones are just some people want to be compensated, and there's no how I don't know how to do and how to form all those kind of things. Billions will come into that. An independent body comprises representatives from both the government and the civil society could be tasked with overseeing the implementation of the reform and reporting regularly on their impact on the northern region. You hear northern region, Abi? Don't be me they talk. Oh. Who is a northerner? My guy, like, what kind of question is that? The people that pronounce you Nigeria pronounce a particular region, northern Nigeria. If you accept there is a place called Nigeria, I don't know why you are finding it difficult to accept there is a place called northern Nigeria. Like, I know that, like, why is it so complicated? Ah, it is not about who. There is a region that has been cut out to be northern Nigeria, but the people that cut you out to be Nigeria. So if you don't believe there is nothing like northern Nigeria, how come you believe that there is something like Nigeria? I mean, if you fall the category of people who don't believe that it's Nigeria, then I can understand you. But you cannot be saying I am in Nigeria, then you don't believe that there is another Nigeria. It doesn't work like that. I cannot accept your name and say, no, the name that you tell me that is your father's name, that is not your father's name. It doesn't make sense. Ah, like, can you explain? I mean, they ask me who is the northerner. The freaking people that the British people call northerners are the northerners. I've stayed like Taraba, Benue. Yes, they are northern Nigeria. That's it. No, this is not. I don't even know why it's a contest. It's not a contest. It's not. It's not supposed to be an argument at all. This is something that we have accepted that we are Nigerians. So how can we choose and pick which part and which part? The middle belt accepted that, like, it is not about being acceptance. There's an amalgamation between the south and northern Nigeria. It was not between the south and Kanu, or south and Meduguri, or south and Kaduna. It was between. Okay, why I called Obi some slack when he openly said obedient are different from Labour Party. No, I mean that's isn't that obvious? I don't understand. That's a movement. So Ovie, you are right. The North knows what they want. They want Alemajiri everywhere that fits the X-Man. Congratulations to them. Well, I mean, I don't want to say it. So I don't understand this idea. We are not. Don't be me. It's not my idea. It's not me saying it. Uh-uh. There was a northern Nigeria. There was a southern Nigeria before there is one Nigeria. So to be asking who is the northerner, I don't even know how to where to start asking that kind of question from. We need to go back and ask the British people who is in northern Nigeria. Ah, eh, eh. I beg, somebody should help me here. Well, once word Arewa is used or cornered, you should understand the states you mentioned do not really matter in the block. That's exactly. See, now if you want to go back deep, even if we need the northern contest, right? There was what they call the Banza Bokwe and the Hausa Bokwe. You understand? But all of them, see, they say that it's a territorial definition when we are saying the north. After all, even the Sarakis, the Iloni, is north, right? As ridiculous as that may sound, in a territorial context, that it is the north. So it is not. No matter how you want to fight it, it doesn't just make sense when you begin to say, "Wait it be not, wait it be not." It's obvious. It's obvious. It's not. It's not there. It's not. I don't know. It's not our making. You can say, "Oh, do we accept it?" Again, this is still not. If you go to the constitution, I think it's still there. If the referendum is conducted today, do you think that state of the middle? I see. Now my problem with that. I'm a realist. Until the referendum is conducted, let's wait. If there is a connector, me go be Nigeria. After all, I am from Igonomi Afemak State, right? Ah, I'm a realist. I am not here to put a hypothetical thing. I'm speaking to what is happening. I am speaking to this is life. It's a life event. This is my life. Make I call the waste time. They call the police. I'm telling you what is happening. They're telling me what should be. When we reach here, we'll cross the bridge. But at that time, this is where we are today. Today, there is a place called Northern Nigeria. They are coming there. Very soon they will capture me. I'm there. Kogi, me and Kogi, we dey fight for the same land. Kogi is another Nigeria. The land, some of my papa farm, we dey share that with Kogi people. My sister married to a king in Ogori land. Eh? I wake up, eh? After I climb on top rock, go throw away shit, eh? I mean jog go Ogori. That's Kogi State. They are here. Why Kulata and his people are working so hard to come and take us to the road? They share the same boundary too. You pass, you pass the same Ogori, pass it below, you see Akoka, Ondo, right there. So I don't understand. So it's not. It is not something that I don't know. I think they always let me say it's not something we would argue. It's you see, but people still don't get it though. That it is a political construct and it's working. I grew up. I mean, I can say I grew up in North. I stay for North. Like I explored North well. I speak few languages in the North. I understand exactly what you are talking about. Even in Maiduguri people no be Hausa people. It's not Hausa people. If you enter Maiduguri, you go see Margi, you go see Bra, you go see Shwa. You understand? These are people who they don't even know how within Hausa be, right? They're like the Hausa people are strange to them. It is what it is. It is what it is. So these people, that's why I say the bill will pass. Now, politically speaking, you think say now let's even go with the spirit of turn by turn, even though I was 100% against that, right? It is not a guarantee, especially with the narrow route. The same call Arewa, the North, who where happened to be in powers at that time, make the Bola Tinubu go through before he got it. He almost lost. In fact, they don't want to give him, right? They don't want to give him, and he's expected to go back to them, right? Expected. So you think if they actually go see them block the thing, you know, go through, and you think Bola Tinubu doesn't have what it takes to deny them the presidency? And with the OB tsunami coming, I mean, don't forget, this is the OB as is a reality now, is a force. Is gradually becoming the only force. Whether they agree, it started from 4 people in the room tweeting today. So the political climate, in fact, Atiku could not go on vacation anymore. Now talk about saying won't live outside the country. So whether you like it or not, there is a pressure cooking at the highest level of this power game. So what the North is doing is them actually pushing their law. Come, they are trying to grab everything they can to put them in a better position. That even though Bola Tinubu want to misbehave, quote unquote, like the way Buhari misbehaving, trying to deny him, they will still be in a position to say they take him. This is politics at the highest level. Now we just our attention is divided with the Farotimi, Bobrisky, BDM, and the rest. You understand? So that's why I'm a supporter of Oshomole. The North, yeah, as somebody pointed out here about the Igbos. I mean, give it to Obi and Nnamdi Kanu. Politically, there's pretty much one front led by Obi. Succession man with agitation, with disagreement, however you want to decide the other part, there's also a front led by Nnamdi Kanu and Simeon Ekpa. I admire that. Now, person will get something to say. Nine get people, nine, he has something, nine voice the loud pass. There's a reason why the Nigerian state, why the One Nigerian movement is not getting traction as much as it should. Because they could not articulate that product called Nigeria to sell. Because it has to come with passion. But most importantly, you have to be able to show people that you want them to invest in the brand that you are selling, that there is a future. So if you cannot actually articulate that, nobody will actually say that's what is going on with the Eastern state. Politically, for once, since the days of Nnamdi Azikiwe, they have a one front led by Obi, like it or not. And that's why when I started supposed to show more less since Tony and joined the ancestors, the South side has no political front. And if you don't have a political front, you get nothing from this called democracy we are practicing. Now, who organize part they make change, good or bad, however you want to see the change. If you are not organized, you cannot get change. So that's why you have to give it to the Biafrans, whether in Finland or anywhere, whether I like it or not. They are organized over something. That's the idea of the North, the Arewas, this. They understand how to actually take advantage of what called democracy. The fact of the matter, Jagaban have on uphill task with regards to the tax bill. In my opinion, he should sort revenue allocation if he has good intention rather than enrich himself with tax. No, I don't think he has uphill. I don't think he has uphill. So now the people forgive him uphill. But we don't even understand what is going on. As I said, now the same thing with Kenya. Kenya people, this disgruntled elite within the Kenyan power struggle were able to form alliance with the poor people and went to work. You understand? So all you go and study the coalition that brought Trump to power. You understand where the elite led by the Elon Musk find an alliance with the deplorables. They want to work. The rich led by Elon Musk put their money where their mouth is. Elon floated a movement that has to do with voter education and voter participation. A lot of people don't know that. So in the Nigerian case, the elite, for one way or the reason, both the disgruntled, they find a compensation within themselves that they don't care about coming alliance with the poor. That's hence all this distraction. The only people that can give Bola Tinubu run for him money for this bill, now the people, if people coming out in mass in one vote to say no or yes or whatever, or put a demand, right? Imagine the southern youth come together and say, come, oh, this idea of quota system, if you don't get rid of it, we are not going to put to support this bill, aka Bangladesh. Yeah, you can bring international community in. Everything comes together for good. Good luck, na preparation meet opportunity, na be luck. So when you can disagree with the idea of how they want all you want, but then they know when to come together and put that force to use. Regardless of what they are asking for, disagree or agree, they are asking for something. Now they only they know what they're asking for. So every day will come out and cry that, oh, what is it called? This quota system is not for us. And for the past 60 years, people have been crying. Form a coalition and get to work. What is the if the elites of the South has compromised to go with the bill because of what they are going to get, because a lot of them get paid to support the bill. Assurance were made that they are going to get a return ticket. If you think now just saying the foolishness that is going on within the Labour Party that make those four out of help to jump ship yesterday, you should be kidding me. They've been assured that they are going to come back if you support this bill. Everybody they cut deal with Tinubu at this point. What is the people who are complaining that the quota system is not their favor are doing? We complain individually. The same thing with the idea of in diaspora individually. This is politics. This is democracy. If you don't iron, you ain't get shit. If you don't mind them, ask them who was Ahmadu Bello premier of if it was Amnam kind of propaganda for people. So, brother, let's face it, tribe and ethnic group in Nigeria were exactly or forcefully included with other tribe with different. That's how like why which kind like not be jungle would they? I tell you say for my small village, that's more far away the season. Eh? I go there, you go speak Yoruba, you go speak Hausa, you go speak Igbo without even actually traveling out of that place. What do you think that is? They are trying to assimilate influence with that. Soft power cohesion, soft power coup, now they call that one, which is what differentiate the British and the American Empire. The British Empire literally they use gun to collect territory and serve their resources away. Where America use soft power. Thanks to even information revolution today, make it easy. So that's how life is. If you don't, I always said it here. If you don't have the mindset to conquer, you let yourself to be conquered. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. As I say, the Fulani Empire, the Fulani hegemony, we like them or don't like them, they have a mission. The mission is to take over the whole place. Now you don't know whether you like or not. That's not their business. Yeah, it's the reason. What is your reason? What is your own? That's what this game is about, man. It's life. That's the reality of life. By force, take it by force, don't take it by religion, take it by coercion, take it by marrying, all not the same. Okay, if got a free window, watch Shehu podcast and APC man under Jagaba was saying his prayer and loud to APC member hope to be you are talking about Sule, that guy. I know the guy. Now, just what do you expect, man? You guys, I mean, hey, put yourself in this position. Put yourself in this position. So he's speaking from his own personal interest, but it's not going to work. However, they come together at this point. That guy we did there, so the question is you ask yourself, who's going to go pay and pass? APC winning or a northern person being a president? Then you go know where his interest lies. Okay, do you believe coming together with one voice achieve achieve anything in Nigeria? If you do, explain to me what goes to court means. C, self-denial. What do you mean? I mean, I don't understand. That is the power the human race have over every other animal. Coming together. That's the only way you achieve something. That's the only way you achieve anything. In a democracy, even if you are a single individual, you still have to work with other interests to get what you want. Yes, I believe 100% coming together will achieve anything that we set out to achieve. But it's the problem we are having is that with a set time, right? We emphasize on when are we going to get this done without actually paying more attention and more resources into the process. Turn by turn, you think the other why will still go and just sleep because in a turn by turn? They will have to come together under political party. They have to also join their condone other ideology that is alien to them, just to achieve that number to get what they want. Just pay attention to consensus that brought Buhari together. So yes, it is especially when I use the south, the southern youth. It is hard for us to see to see what I'm saying because there's nothing like that in the first place. I could be wrong. If there's anything like Southern Youth, tell me where can I get in touch with them? What is their address? How many are they in number? What is their bank account? What is their mission? What have they done so far? What have they achieved? What have they failed on? Which still goes to the idea of a diaspora. There's nothing like that. But we allow the political class to take advantage of it. Imagine all these old men who gather and say they want to make they want to make bill regarding diaspora voting. Like, whom are you deceiving? So before you say something cannot work, show me what that is. Show me anywhere people come together and they lost, and I'll tell you why they lost, and I also tell you what they gained. Yeah, so if passing and implementing the tax bill will make the North wake up and work harder to feed and sustain their people, then all this thing look, look, see, if you say we don't understand why these governors they do what they do. There is free money that is unaccounted for. In other words, in as far that free money is not going to stop, nothing is going to change the way you think the tax should do. Well, the money no dey come again. Well, if you reduce their money from say because of the changes, let's go by that layman the way of saying things. Say you reduce their money where they collect. They just let the people suffer more now. Yeah, I mean, there's always the last person. You understand? There's always the last step for you to pass the pain to. So in as far there's always that man out there to pass the blame to, you don't do nothing. So the idea of wake up and work harder and all that stuff, why? Why should I wake up and work harder? Just because you are giving me 1 billion for I give 500,000. No, for waiting. For waiting. Instead of me to say, okay, if they collect 1 billion before and I they spend 200 for the people and they keep 800. Now you can't cut my money to 500. Sure, I go cut this expense to the people too now. I mean, if you are seeing it from that angle, if you overhear the secret ballot at the National Assembly, Lot of senators from the West will vote against it, not to speak about the East and South, above all, the North and Middle. So, but all these things, that's exactly what we are saying. This thing is not like a dead guy. Everything, they don't pass them already. Nope, there is nothing like that. It's broken down in the South, East, and so. So again, the same this thing go to Nigeria youth. Nigeria youth. There's nothing like Nigeria youth. Give me the address. Give me Nigeria youth address. Give me within like it's just. I mean, this is that simple. But they had a work consultative forum. There's something like that. Or how is the Indigo? There is something like that. Afenifere, there is something like that because you can put faces to it. You can put like just so many. But every other face, I don't know. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned. So that now it's not going to tell us again, oh, Nigeria had the most educated people in Nigeria. Like, who are you deceiving? Show me what that amount to. No matter how our experts in America can has amount to nothing because there is no deliberate attempt to actually form that to turn it to a block, something that we can see, we can feel, we can touch, you can sell. Yeah, it is a narrative, and that's it. Now, who is selling that narrative? Who's building that narrative? As far as anybody can come out and put it in the agenda, and it goes away with it. Anyway, I don't talk. I don't talk. Wait, Mercy. I won't go listen to show whatever they come Dr. Damage, if I'm not mistaken. It's supposed to be there by 12. Okay, time never reach. So we just have to pay attention to these rhetorics where they push us around. So the fact that the North wants to get the presidency, they no get choice. They go fall in line. Because Bola Tinubu na deal maker, he believes that anything money can do, more money can do it. It's over. So it's mine, I be that guy name coming to talk on it. I know really listen to Ram, but I listen to one of the clips that you're talking about where he support the tax and all that. But I expect them to come and see Obi and Tinubu. But but again, if you listen to, I think I listen to that. If you listen to Ram very well, he talks about as a politician, any opposition is also worth paying attention to. That's how you know that okay. I'm speaking from a political perspective. Like, yeah, let's take these people serious, right? But again, if you pay attention to Ram, I like the guy because he not just they talk like that. He comes from time to time to talk. Now because he no get active role in this administration, that's what we know today hear from now. CD, yeah, don't turn at 12:30, right? So in the next 30 minutes. So yes, Farotimi issue now what next? The North are just doing what they know how to do best. They're just trying to get as much as they can from this government, which is what every organized people should do. That's what every organized people should do. You organize to push against policy, you organize to support the policy, you organize to make a demand, but we don't do that. They only mobilize, just like they want to mobilize for Dele Farotimi. After they mobilize for Boris we finish, the next call will be like, let's mobilize against APC. You cannot mobilize against power, especially Nigeria own, where they have blank check, they have monopoly to the violence. They have more money than you. They have access to every fucking secret that you think you can ever put together than you. So how the heck do you mobilize them? It's not possible. You can only organize. If you organize, because it's a continual exercise, If you organize and maybe you not succeed under Tinubu, the next government when they come, guess what? It has to work harder because there is already formidable organization going on, and that organization can only grow stronger. That's what happened to Donald Trump people when they lost. Even though they say now they reached the election, they never back down in their organizing. They keep going, and that organization only grew stronger, only attract more interest. Right? People that disagree with this and this one was okay, or these people are like they just it can only but these people are not ready to do that because in the real scheme of things, organization outgrow its founders, outgrows people who started it, outgrows every because now like generational thing. But these our crops of leaders today, both the outgoing and the incoming ones, they ain't got time for that because there is a agreement now turn by turn, not necessarily political parties or north or south. It also means if you can stay alive, don't just die. It will eventually get to your turn, whatever that is that you are looking for in the Nigerian power space. Okay, if you speak of no deliberate attempt, you are not correct. It is just like saying there is no deliberate attempt to set up business on ground. Show me now. That's what I'm telling you. Show me. Show me. Tell me. What? Tell me now. What are we? Show me, nigga. So that we will have a one. We our followers. We understand where we are coming from. Give me one thing. The Farotimi will be fine. I believe it was an overkill from the butter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there's more to it. So I say, what next? Who next? I get water. Test it right. That he read it. Yeah, so that's why Obi began early. He was in Ogun State yesterday in one unit. Like that, yeah. He gave 50 million. He began from, Obi, what he began early. All these things are still the same tactics. All these are still the same tactics. That's not. That's nothing. You are preaching to the same group of people over and the same. Now, I think there's so one baller to go essay. If you go there next year, drop like 100 million, easy. Nothing. Jagaba might just be like Sleepy Joe, one time president. I could be wrong. Mm, if to say enough, he pass the bill, I will entertain that submission. Is Bola Tinubu is doing excellently well so far in terms of playing to the tune of power makers, right? The power blocks. He hasn't. I'm not. Nobody is doing well. The international communities are cool with him, right? Unless this be no pass, which as I said, as from my own end, until it happened, it has already passed. The Arewa, as you can see, the tone of their grievances is very politically in nature, so it is easily to solve. So nobody is angry. The South is Baba, you are doing excellent. I mean, I don't know. So I don't see him being the one-time president. I don't see him. It's in control. The guy is in charge. He hasn't lost control of power yet. He's in charge. So yes, there might be a fracas in the party, right? As I said, it's also boiled down to the negotiation between the North and power in terms of what next. So I don't see him being what I expected a young we no get the Nigerian scene. I just want it was say we get say Southeast billionaires are billionaires without the Nigerian state and the apparatus. All the billionaires in the north are billionaires without the state and the state apparatus all the same way. Then I could understand, okay, some group we just say, okay, you know what, and organize the grievances and go to war. As I said, just like in America, right? Silicon Valley guys, they don't give a fuck about what is going on in this areas in terms of how they make their money. You can say, okay, maybe they have some influence, but the farmers in North Dakota, South Dakota, the oil riggers in the Billings, Minnesota, and all that, they have nothing to how they make their billions and how the Silicon Valley make their billions. Two separate things, right? The automakers in formerly in Michigan and so their billionaires clubs are everywhere. So they can agree and disagree and form and really go to war and power change from that angle. But in Nigeria, she's all are connected in one. All your money and the federal state they behind them. So where is the organization that is going to because one would have expected that the young guys, I wanted to say the young politician, what I mean the young politician, maybe from Obi downward also come together and take Atiku out. Because Atiku na stumbling block. Atiku is the last person. Imagine say Atiku no dey the picture today. Would have been having a different conversation. Say, okay, Obi is coming in. So some fresh people. But that man is still there. Now they hold the opposition stick. He's the one holding the opposition this thing. So I don't know. I am one of the I'm pressed. Let me go. This is the rest and I'll be
You
back.
think leadership
Listen to
is
that.
a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it.
Alpha, many of all these guys, if I say something, the war on for it.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election. And if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No, he was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody.
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
You asked. Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Dele Farotimi up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10, and then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. We shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023 and force him to operate the 1999 Constitution. Complete waste of time. Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 Constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat. Our rulers are actually very intelligent when they care to be, especially when it comes to their own preservation. And I know as a fact that they're already making noises about restructuring in Abuja. The Mace Snatcher and the Lawan and that one that calls himself Baja, all of them are sat there running helter-skelter, cobbling together some lies that they intend to sell to us as constitutional, what do they call it, amendments. Let's be clear. You cannot continue to build on top of lies. You can't sustain that lie. And as long as justice is missing in a place, you continue to have strife. We need to tell ourselves the truth, and that truth is that the closest we can come to normalcy in Nigeria is to have a return to the original agreements that founded this country. Those agreements are very clear in their fundamentals. One of them, federal system. Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a country within a larger country. That was what our fathers agreed. Nobody agreed a situation where a clueless man will sit down inside a rock and begin to issue edicts and diktats to every other person. Nobody signed on for that in 1960. All the constitutional conferences, beginning from 1948 all the way to the 1951, all the way to 1960, each and every one of them was very clear and unambiguous. Nigeria was meant to be a federal system based on parliamentary democracy. It wasn't by accident that our fathers settled on parliamentary democracy. They wanted to make democracy as close to the people as it could be. So it simply meant that if you're a parliamentarian, you knew your people knew you. It was the aggregation of the parliamentarians that determined who became the prime minister, and they were also the ones at the regional level who determined who became the premier. So democracy was devolved. It was easier for the people to become involved. What we have today is not a democracy. What we have today is not a federation. We've just become a nation of liars who readily accept every lie that we are told.
Dele.
Ezo, Ezo is here. Oh, now, see how you make my point here. So, I hope you are learning from Farotimi. When feudalism is institutionalized in Nigeria, and you are talking about people organizing themselves, self-denial is a serious thing. You see your problem, so how do you deconstruct that feudalism? Because it's a system that came to be via organizing. People that built feudalism system, they were organized over the years to institutionalize it. So the word institutionalized means there are a group of people who make a deliberate attempt to say, okay, we want to make a system like this, and they start working. So in order for us to construct that institution, dismantle it, it will also take a group of people coming together in a form of organization and go to work. So the fact that the fact that there is a system called feudalism, which in a way there is a face to it, you can put structure, there's a structure to it. So we have one way, then there's a him. Let's go and disconstruct that institution. So and he said it, people helped to build that feudalism system. So that means there is an organizing structure by people. It's a deliberate attempt, it's a mission, was a vision to say we are going after something. You understand? It's capitalized by the North. So again, the North is a group of people. That's what it is, because it is a group of people. That's why it was easy for people to say, oh, they are not the same. Of course, they are not the same. But in politically speaking, they are the same because they go for one thing. You must say, come on, now some people, yes, but that group of people, they are more loud. They are louder because they are more organized. I mean, you can criticize the way they come to that organization either by democratically cohesive, trying to speak people to come to power, or by forcefully, however you want to say it. The fact that you can put a structure to it, you can put a name to it, you can put a face to it, that means it is possible. And the only way you can deconstruct that is by coming together. Again, you just don't agree that way is possible because you don't see, because the force that seems to be that says the force that we have to confront, you see them to be too much too powerful for them to be defeat for them to defeat. That's why you believe that it's not possible. That let me dey talk nonsense. I don't like Christian. I said to Ovi, can I help to Ekiti to lead the protest, going with his words and what it. Nah, it's I agree. I mean, I think there should. I don't know. It's not. I don't think he's the right person. Even Showore, because these people are political. They are just too partisan. They're too partisan. Too partisan. It's easy for you to give them what they want. They're too partisan. The opposition will capitalize on that and just dilute the issue and make it turn it to PDP and APC. So, Ezo, the feudalism no be only not oh, it is everybody, all the Nigerians they involved in that structure called feudalism. So it is not they just they use them as reason and not be the face because we I lie. Everybody they chop inside our system. Kennedy is just a jobber. So you see that kind of thing like that. So no be only Ikene get that view of him, right? And it's not between a personal view. It is because of his activities over time, especially recently, that make a Kene come to that conclusion. So imagine if a Kene, who is also a Labour Party member, I mean, the sake of conversation, support the same kind, is saying that, what do you think APC person will say? What do you think PDP will say? Capitalize. I understand. Okay, I agree. Capital. Now, just because there is a system, that's why you can capitalize on it, or you take advantage. That system can be destructured, can be dismantled. So if a Kenyan can have that view and it can justify it, it can give you reason why he said that, and it's something that is out there. What do you mean the opposition party is going to say? The fact that Farotimi and Baba himself supported the same candidate during the past election speak volume. Speak volume. But on Baba, right, on Baba, it doesn't matter where I support Peter Obi, no Peter Obi. 100% his allegiance is still with Tinubu and the Yoruba cause. So I don't buy that. To me, I enjoy him the most as an actor. I agree with you. He wanted to use Obi to shine with us. No, no be say you want. You know, just na normal thing now. See, at every stage in human life, you get where you go reach. You go want make your voice not just be heard, but also count. Now, most time, it's either you don't achieve whatever that means, material things or success. That is varies. That's but no matter depends on how you can go to that level, like my social ladder, I should say. If some people can clap to some certain level of a social and a social success, and want their voice not just to be here to become or age will take you there. You get some kind of age wey you go dey for life, 50, 60s or whatever, and you have believed that you have lived over the experience you've seen. So you want not your voice to be heard, but also to be counted. That's how most of these people comes to. That's what guide their actions in public, right? People like Okonkwo, as you said, now star, everybody know him. He has, yeah, I mean, what else again he want proof for Hollywood, right? Maybe there is something he wants to put, but at this point, based also with his age, if he never capitalize on that now and use it to get power, then now trying to institutionalize his legacy. It's easier for you to institutionalize your legacy when you're in power. If he doesn't do that now, when is he going to do it? You understand? If you know do and now money to say get it to say make back for that political level. Maybe him for start from a different style, right? In the shout now because that's what they can do. Can I drop the ball politically? His critic was not objective, loud of now. Now, may I tell you, make I tell you, may I tell you, may I tell you another way to see this game. Among all the people that spoke for Obi, let me see from that narrow lens. Among all the people that spoke for Obi during the campaign, how many of them are we talking about today? Just ask that question first. How many of them are we still talking about today? So don't forget, it's a game of popularity. He understands that. He has enjoyed that based on his career. Now the career is no longer at the top of the chain. What do? You have to step into another role with the same way of playing the game. How do you be popular? Be the best at what do the so he's doing the same thing. The fact that we're talking about him means that his market is still selling. If anybody want to recruit him again at that level, before you look around the country, he will come first. So so you can't say he dropped the ball. I think it's working for him. For the personal interest. Take a shot at the man himself and see if you are going to be out of the market. Now, free publicity in the ghetto. Because of that controversial take alone, every news agency, everybody call and give out. That's not easy to do. When I mean it's not easy to do, with the level of backbones, where we they get from every character, either from everywhere, now, everybody trend. So the competition is high. So how do you make sure you keep be on the leg? So you understand? How do you stay on people's lips? I don't know what one man do. Maybe I close with this. Go Dr. Damage. I don't know what one man do. But yesterday I tried tuning to Dr. Damage because everybody already make reference to us like. But immediately I say, that's the last you understand Dr. Damage. But Damage is in a content creating space. That's how you create. I mean, Americans, you guys should not. It's called the Hollywood style. Every now and then, and because of me, I mean, no one they do that kind of thing. Every now and then, we all go just shit for church. Like everybody will just any smoke, even when later go to Niger. Everybody's talking about. I know people that go say, okay, wait till one man do or say. I just know they call. That's one man, man. Whatever it is that he might have done or said, I think it worked. No, actually, when Mr. James, I don't know what he did. Mr. James was calling for him to be removed. I was like, what? Damn. No, they was calling for no, they were calling for Kulata to remove. That's when I get time for my phone. And like say, make Kulata was waiting me do. But before I now come to I said, okay, now one man make the cross figure, one man don't strike, one man don't hit jackpot. Ah. Okay, Tanko and Dele, but we connect. The talk is on the negative. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Now they say na negative. It's not matter. It's not a public official in the first place. You know you hold I don't know. You know go hold on for anything. So you know vote for him. So now you go tell from you now negative, but for him he's winning streak. One man na clown, Dr. David. So you have to talk to if we na game, you understand? You have to go create market for yourself now. ah, anyway, guys, make I go listen to the guests. We shall meet there, ladies and gentlemen. Ciao, ciao. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.